to the Whiskey Warehouse. I'm Nick.
I'm Sarah.
Today we are reviewing Tullamore Dew, the #2 best-selling Irish whiskey in the country, I believe. No, I don't think it's in the world. It might be the country, in America. So, Tullamore Dew. A lot of people think that Tullamore Dew is named after the dew that's on Ireland grass, but it's not. It's named after the person that kind of discovered it. His name was Daniel E. Williams, and he's the one that managed the Tullamore Distillery back in the day in 1829 when it first popped up in Ireland. And
his initials make Dew.
Yep. And Tullamore.
Daniel E. Williams.
Yep. And Tullamore was the town that was discovered. So Tullamore, the town, Dew, the name. Yep. And he's the one that actually came up with the slogan, "Give every man his due." And right now it's owned by Irish distillers who, you know, as we've been saying, is that #1, they own 90% of the Irish whiskey market. So there's only a select few smaller distilleries, but we do have a few a couple that we're going to review this month, so stay tuned to that. It is a blended whiskey, so it is a combination of grain whiskey, pot still, and single malt, so it's all in there. And it doesn't come from one distillery, so it's not a single, it's just a blend. It's about $22, very affordable. It's around comparable to the Paddy's price, so let's get into it. And this is one of the only Irish whiskeys that advertises pretty heavily. Jameson does, and this one does. The #1 whiskey, Irish whiskey, #2 Irish whiskey. That might be why they're the top two, you know?
See, that has a big factor in that.
Oh yeah, and they've been doing it a lot too since St. Paddy's Day is coming up.
Yep. It's a heavy pour.
And there's no age statement either, but it's at least 3 years old.
There's no what?
Age statement.
So it doesn't say how old
No,
it is.
like you remember, like see this will be a future review, but Redbreast says 12 years, age 12 years, right there.
And the other one I got you?
That's an age statement, and the one that we're going to review after this one, which will be the Tullamore Dew 12 year, which she got me for my birthday. This has no age statement, so it can be as young as 3 years. So it could be 5-year whiskey in there, it could be 6. This has to be at least 3 years in there. So the color, like the other whiskeys we've tried already, it's pretty light, a golden color. Oh, and this is 80 proof. The legs come down, kind of slow actually.
It's coming down pretty slow.
Yeah, that's surprising. Huh. The nose. What do you smell? I get that, you know.
Sweet butter.
Sweet buttery biscuits.
Whipping cream.
Interesting. Honey.
Honey. I think it's the color of honey, like a golden honey.
Yeah, it definitely is the color of honey.
Like raw honey?
Yeah.
That's pretty much it for me.
Yeah, it's not very complex. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Before we try this, the first time I had Tullamore was a few years ago on St. Paddy's Day in a bar. And I tried it on the rocks, and I did not like it at all. So we're going to try this. And if we do like it, remember to drink your Irish whiskey straight. You'll get much more experience. If you put it on water, it'll just be watered down whiskey.
Yeah.
Or on the rocks. It's sweet, honey right up front. I get a sweeter note on the back. Apples, maybe? Sweet apples?
Pear.
Pear? Is that what that is?
Yeah. Because it's light.
Yeah, you might be right. Honey, pear. The buttery biscuit, you know, with all Irish whiskeys.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's pretty basic. I think I like this more than Jameson does. Than Jameson
Do you think
does.
Jameson likes this very
I don't
much?
think Jameson likes me very much.
Do you think it burns?
Slightly on the back. There's a little pepper alcohol.
My throat. It burns.
Yeah, just your good old fashioned Irish whiskey. I think it has a little more flavor than Patty's does. Patty's is a little lighter. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. And not as much flavor as Powers, but not the bite from Powers.
Yeah.
Because Powers is a little stronger. Oh, I forgot to do that.
I don't
one
think
thing.
I liked Powers very much.
No, you didn't. Well, you're drinking that on an empty stomach too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So what would you rate this out of 100?
I would give this a good 84.
84? That's good. That's good. I'm right there with you, I think. I'm at like I'm gonna say 84 too. Yeah. I put Patty's at an 83, I think. This is just slightly better. It's a good Irish whiskey. I definitely like it more than Jameson. It's one of your budgets for sure.
I forget what Jameson tastes like.
It's
Lighter.
yeah, it is lighter, not as much flavor.
Yeah.
It's kind of metallic-y, and it's kind of has some citrus on it with some biscuity notes, but it's definitely distinctive. I just don't like the metallic-y taste of it. It's weird. I never really got that in a whiskey before. I don't know if that's just me, but
I want to try it. Do we have any?
they don't have any Jameson, no. If you want to check out our Jameson review with me and Trent, I'll link it up here. You can check that out. That was our first Irish whiskey review, and we're knocking out a lot this month. And we are trying the Jameson Stout Caskmates sometime this month.
I want to try that.
Yeah, we can do that. I've heard it's pretty good, like really good. Like Irish whiskey drinkers, top 5 good.
Wow.
Yeah. Because it's not very expensive and it's easy to get.
What's the alcohol strength on it? What am I saying? Proof. What's the proof?
It's 80. 80 proof.
I really don't have much to say about this one, to be honest with you. It's not bad.
It's just good Irish whiskey.
I've had better.
Well, yeah, it's a budget.
The next one, stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned.
That's going to be better.
That'll be
You're
good.
going to hear more from me then.
Yes, definitely.
I'm not sure if that's a good thing.
Well, that's a good thing.
Guess it depends what? Guess it depends on who's watching.
Yeah. Get up with the hot bowl.
See ya.
See you next time. Cheers.
Cheers.